Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Look what just came in the mail. I had to do a review on this. I've heard so many awesome things about this palette, so I really wanted to just delve in and let you guys know my thoughts. There's been so much hype around this palette because the quality of the shadows are amazing and the price point is also amazing. This palette retails for about $36, and as you can see, it's pretty substantial in size. The packaging is cardboard, but it feels pretty sturdy. It's really bright, as you can tell, and I love this girl right here. She's amazing. When you open it up, you have these amazingly bright colors. The thing that spoke to me the most about this palette, and I mentioned it on Snapchat, is the fact that there are so many bright colors up here, and then you have all of your neutral shades down here. So you can really do a lot with this palette. I think that it's really cool how they packaged this palette. You have your inner corner highlights, transition shades, you have a shade to darken your crease with, and then you also have all of these bright, fun colors to play with. I'm gonna swatch a couple of the shades that just call my name. This is just a light swatch and they're incredibly pigmented. The texture of these shadows feels kind of gel-like and almost foiled, so if you don't like a lot of fallout, this is gonna be a great palette for you. Also, sometimes people ask me what fallout is, and it's just a powder that gets kicked up when you dip your brush in it. The one thing that I do have to mention about these shadows is just that I do feel like they are different consistencies in formula, and I'm not in love with that. When I get a palette, I really like all of the shadows to be a very similar type of formula, whether it's matte or glitter or metallic. I like them all across the board to act very similarly. The glitter shades really are amazing and pretty consistent, but the matte shades feel different in formula to me. For instance, this Burka shade is really blendable, but has a lot of fallout in comparison to the other shades. It really doesn't have a ton of fallout to begin with, but it does have a little bit, whereas the other shades literally have none. And this Fulani shade has no fallout at all, but I feel like it is a little bit choppy. When I was blending it out on my eye, you will see in the demonstration that it was a little bit more difficult for me to fully get that blended look. Another amazing thing that I just wanted to quickly mention is the pan size that you get. These pan sizes are huge. I'm gonna open up my normal palette and just show you what a normal pan size is. These are the shadows side by side, and you will see that these are much smaller than these are. Something that Juvia's Place did that I thought was really cool is they are coming back with this palette because it's currently out of stock, and they are making a mini palette. So it's gonna be the same exact thing, but a smaller palette for a lesser price. And I think that that one's gonna retail for around $25. So if you're on a budget and you want to just spend a little bit less money, or you want a travel-friendly kit, go for the smaller one. I also wanted to mention that if you're looking to save 10% on your Juvia's Place purchase, you can use a discount code from TRENDMOOD, or I know NIKKIE Tutorials also has a discount code. I will link their codes down below so that you don't have to go searching for it, but I don't have a code. I'm not affiliated with them at all. I just did this review on my own. Now that I've talked your ear off, I'm gonna get into the tutorial and show you these shadows in action. I did my full face of makeup before this just because I want to really focus on the eyeshadows and the review on this palette. To start off, I'm going to go in with the shade Burka as my transition shade. This is a Morphe M511 brush. It's a really fluffy blending brush, and if you're looking for an awesome transition shade brush that's just going to make all of your eyeshadows blend properly, this is a great and affordable brush to use. That blended out so well. I am extremely impressed with how blendable this shade is, just because when I was swatching the matter shades, they were coming off a little bit choppy. The fact that this transition shade is so smooth is just awesome. I'm also literally putting the lightest amount of shadow on my brush. Because they're so pigmented, it's easy to get carried away with it, but if you just lightly dip your brush into the shadow, you get this type of result. Next, I'm gonna go in with this shade Zola right here and place it all over my eyelid. I'm using a Morphe M167 brush. This is a packing brush. I got some questions about this the last time I used it, and essentially what a packing brush is just a dense, smaller brush so that you can pack on an eyeshadow color onto your lid. So if you're new to makeup, a blending brush is a fluffy brush used to blend out eyeshadows, and a packing brush is used to place eyeshadows on top of your skin. So this is packing on really nicely. This is without Fix Plus or any type of sticking agent, which is kind of insane. To create some more depth in the look, I'm gonna go in with this Fulani shade. I don't think I'm saying that right. It's this darker brown shade. I'm just going to take that shade on a Morphe M43 brush and put it in the outer corner of my eye. For the under eye color, I'm just going in with that same shade Burka that we placed as the transition shade and putting it under my eye with a smaller eye brush. This Gazina shade right here, I think that's what it's called. I don't know how to pronounce any of these names, but it's calling my name. So I'm going to place this in the center of my eye and to highlight my eyebrows. To do this, I'm just going in with a Luxie mini round brush and placing it in the inner corner of my eye and then right under my eyebrow. I'm done with my eyeshadow shades now, and what I noticed was that the glitter shades are amazing. That Burka transition shade that I was using is also amazing, but the darker shade that I used came off a little bit choppy, and I definitely had to work it a little bit more to get it to blend out. That's actually pretty common though with deeper red tone browns, just because it really is hard to create them. If you know anything about the process of making makeup, red tone browns are really, really difficult to make be blendable. So that I kind of understand. However, that one shade in comparison to all of their other ones was just not as outstanding. I just finished the look, and if you're interested, I will leave all of the makeup details down below just in case. Overall, I really do think that this is an awesome palette. The price point is right, the shadows are great quality, and it's a really, really travel-friendly palette if you want to be able to create a million different looks just using the same palette. If you've tried out this palette, let me know what you think in the comments down below. And if you want more reviews, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, comment, like, and subscribe. I will talk to you guys later. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.